A source has confirmed to CBS News House Speaker Mike Johnson met with former President Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago last night. Now, this is the first time that the two have met in person since Johnson won the gavel, and it happened during a private fundraiser there for Florida Republican Congressman Gus Bilirakis. The speaker endorsed Trump's 2024 bid for president last week. For more on this, CBS News political director Finn Gomez joins us now. Finn, always great to have you on. So tell us, how much of an impact does Johnson's support have for the former president's bid for 2024?
Well, always great to be here, Alana. And I would just say, this is a speaker who is very much politically aligned with the former president. Yes, a source confirmed to me that they did meet last night in Mar-a-Lago. As you mentioned, the meeting was part of or during a private fundraiser for Florida Republican Congressman Gus Bilirakis. It's the first time the two have met since Speaker Johnson became speaker. But the two are politically aligned. The two are in lockstep. The nickname for Speaker Johnson by the former president is actually, quote, MAGA Mike. So in terms of it, more than anything, I think it just shows how close and aligned the former president is with the current House leadership. Obviously, after the tumult, after the chaos that we saw over the last month or so, I think there's now more of this MAGA-aligned connection between these two. So as we go forward in the cycle, the hope is by those in the Trump camp that this will pick up and help him with some of the establishment support, some of those to solidify not only the MAGA base, but the establishment base here in Washington to say, okay, here's the next nominee. Let's continue with this momentum. That's from people close to Donald Trump who tell me that just a little while ago today.
Well, and it is far from being over. So I want to ask you about another potential endorsement. New Hampshire Republican Governor Chris Sununu joined Nikki Haley during a town hall in the Granite State yesterday. Obviously, New Hampshire is important for Republican voters, being the first primary in the nation. Sununu has not made an endorsement in the race yet, but I'm wondering just how much sway he might have with GOP voters in the Granite State.
Lana, that's a great question. It's only 55 days away until the Iowa caucuses, as you know, January 15th, but it's also just 63 days away until New Hampshire on January 23rd. And we have seen a lot of campaign activity, not just in Iowa, but also in the Granite State. And Governor Sununu, the popular governor, Republican governor of the state, has said, and I just spoke to him a little while ago, that he is still planning on announcing who he will endorse, and it will be of the three top rivals, if you will, to Donald Trump. That's Nikki Haley, the former South Carolina governor and UN ambassador. That's Ron DeSantis, the Florida governor, and Chris Christie, the former New Jersey governor. He's held events over the last 3 days with all three of them. And his timeline for announcing his endorsement will be in the following weeks after Thanksgiving, he told me. Now, will that cause momentum for that respective candidate when that decision is made? These three are certainly hoping to. Of those three, it's just Haley and Christie that we've seen some uptick in momentum in recent polling. Nikki Haley especially, but Chris Christie also, who's been netting some double digits. Ron DeSantis has been sliding back in the state while holding his ground in Iowa. But if he does pick one of these three, when he does pick one of these three, I think the whomever gets an endorsement, they'll get that momentum, but they still got a wide margin between themselves and Donald Trump, who still leads by a very wide amount at this point.
All right, Finn Gomez, thank you.